we've just made a complete and utter mess. So if you've not seen it before, this is the front of Elvis. What's gone wrong? What's gone wrong? But this, we're gonna live in it. We're selling it up and we're living in it. Ready?
And we've just bought a camper van and we're taking it to bits.
Yes. We've had breakfast and it is now time to go out to the van, so welcome to a new vlog. If you're new around here, my name's Lee, my husband is Nick. He's out in our new motorhome. We've just bought a brand new Elldis motorhome because we built a camper van a couple of years ago. It took us a long time and we have loved every moment of, well, almost every moment of being away in the camper van and exploring new places and just getting out and about. So we thought we would upgrade to a new motorhome, and Nick is doing lots of upgrades. So he's out there already. He's been dreaming about it all night. Got out there as soon as he can, so let's go out and see what he's doing so far. As you can see, it's a beautiful day at the lodge. Need to get this decking sorted for summer at some point. Lots of bird muck around. Need to get it all cleaned, all sorted. But the geese are out, the sun's out, and it's looking nice. Good morning, good morning.
You took your time.
What's happening in here? What a mess. So this is what we've done to the new motorhome so far. Since we've got it, we've just made a complete and utter mess in here. Oh, these are from yesterday. Have you brought your tea out? Your coffee out? I'll take that back in before, oh, for frig's sakes, I'll take it in before it gets spilled everywhere. So this
I've lost Stanley knife already.
Is not out here.
Did you put it in van yesterday?
Maybe. This is the underneath of the bed. So this is the bed, which we need to get some bedding for. I need to start looking. This is the underneath of the bed where all the storage is, and Nick is upgrading the batteries so that we can go off grid more.
Well, I'm not touching the existing systems. This
no, you're just adding to
separate, and all it'll do is it'll just feed the power from this system rather than that system. So it's just a case of taking those cables off and connecting it to here, and it'll keep the van running for God knows. And then this is brand new. This is basically
an inverter.
So if you didn't see the last vlog, we basically got some 280 amp hour eco-worthy batteries. We got 2 of them. That'll basically double what we had in Taylor. They were £419 each. I think they've only just come out actually, because there's not many people that do anything over sort of kind of like 230, and then this was 484 delivered, I think. So it's a case of just getting it all put together. So far, it's been put together and disconnected about 20 times while we get things in, because the space is really tight. When it's all done and it's all sealed, we're going to basically build like a wooden platform over the top of this, so we can use it for storage. And then this bit here will be like an under area where the vent on the inverter can basically vent air out. Yeah. So the first thing we need to do this morning, because these batteries have got built-in BMS, you have to look at them individually on the app, so it doesn't give you the true representation of what your battery charge is.
And BMS is?
Battery Management System.
Right.
So we're going to install this little device, which is called a little shunt, a Victron shunt. What it does, it sits there, and then you connect the other half off the back, and then you have another wire on the positive, and it works out the loss between the input and output and works out what your battery drain is basically. So we're going to install that. Wish we'd have done that before we'd have done this yesterday, because it would have saved a bit of time. But we're actually going to install it on the wooden plinth down here, and then just redivert the inverter feed onto that, and then another one down there to the battery cable, and that'll just keep it out of the way, and it just runs, don't use any power. So the first thing I've got to do is the cable that connects this thing here that was on there, it had the wrong cable end for this screw, it wouldn't go through. So I've had to cut the end off, so I need the Stanley knife to strip this shield.
So if you've not seen it before, this is the front of Elvis. We're naming the van Elvis. because an Elldis and AI came up with it and it stuck. So it's called Elvis Van Presley, King of the Road. And that is his lounge area. So that will be nice. And look how airy and bright it is with all the windows. That'll be lovely, having a coffee on a morning. And this is the kitchen area. We've not done anything, we've not got anything in the drawers. We just want to get these upgrades done first. We've not got anything in the cupboards. So that's got a plate rack and like a mug stand. Like I said, we've got nothing in here. That's going to probably all happen next week. Once Nick's done the upgrades, we need to get the bedding, all the stuff transferred from Taylor, our old van, into the new van.
Fingers crossed, if things turn up today,
yeah,
you'll be finished this today. Any sign of pliers there?
No, I can't see any pliers here. There, they're there.
Right,
so yeah, I'll show you the bathroom again at a later point when I can get in. There's a fridge.
In the bathroom?
No, there's a fridge there. The table is neatly tucked away in there. We haven't even had a chance to get the table out since we actually brought Elvis home. The table goes there, so that's where I'll do editing, that's where I'll have meals, that's where we'll just chill out, and can't wait.
Got to decide how we're going to go do a TV. I'm leaving that to me to look up sort of, kind of like pictures online, and then we'll see if we can...
Yeah, because the TV bracket is here. It's small, so we don't think the 32-inch that we've got in Taylor will fit in here, which is fine because we don't really need that big a TV, to be fair.
I love my TV.
And we've got tablets that we can watch things on as well.
Not quite the same.
I know, but right, I'm going to leave you to it a little bit. Just going to go tidy up the lodge and things like that, and then I mean.
Before you go anywhere, I need your help to hold this.
Oh, what are we doing?
You're holding this cable.
Like for a crimp. So we're just making a cable. Put the end on.
Ooh, wait a minute.
And then
tighten the hydraulic pump.
Crimp it with this thing. I'm back.
I just saw something on camera that sent me an alert. I was like, what the hell's that?
Yeah. Keep yourself hydrated today because Nick has a tendency to not eat or drink while he's busy.
Water?
Well, what did you expect? Gin?
Tea?
Get that down you, then I'll make a cup of tea.
The shunt is installed and it's working. And
here, show it then. I can't see it from here.
So it's down there. You pass me the torch. I brought it out somewhere. So I've installed it just here. I've updated the software on it and rigged it up, and it's showing 100% battery. I've also configured the inverter to be lithium mode, although the charge voltage is quite high actually. I'm a bit worried about that. And then I'm just now trying to work out, because I've got another mini switch to cut off the 12-volt system coming from Amazon today. So I'm just trying to work out what that's going to be, and then I'm going to connect the solar up. So I'll just bridge it in the meantime. But then I'm going to connect the solar.
Fancy a cup of tea in a slice of
toast? Yeah. Freaking water. What do you think it is?
Get that down you and get hydrated, and I'll make a cup of tea. Here he goes.
Thanks.
Nice cup of tea.
Thanks. Put it on there. Put it on there.
No, because you won't drink it if you put it on there.
I will.
I'll put it on top of that. Make sure you don't spill that in Elvis.
I need to come inside now and solder this.
No,
to go into the solar controller.
We'll just bring the cup of tea back in then. Right, so my job's while Nick's out there, keeping him hydrated and with cups of tea. He won't even drink that cup of tea, never does.
Yeah, sip.
Oh, sip, that's all you'll have. It's a beautiful day again in the lodge. It's well warm in here. Must be about 25 degrees. And I'm keeping up with editing because we filmed so much on our latest van trip. I'm so behind on editing, so I'm keeping up with that. What are you doing now?
Soldering the ends of these.
And
put them into the solar controller right here.
I've already made tea.
What?
I've made tea for tonight.
Oh God.
I got it out of the freezer. We're having some spaghetti.
Oh, it's that mushy stuff.
I'll be fine with some breads. What I've got out of the freezer, well, garlic and coriander mini naan breads. And then one of my jobs today is to sort this out.
I can give you a bloody better job than sorting the fridge out.
I need to sort this freezer out. I mean, look at the state of it. It's just random bits. There's chicken, there's breads. But then when you move stuff around, there's like peas that have fallen out. And I just need to sort it out because it's a disgrace, to be fair. Won't even go in properly. Well, that's shut now. Yeah, just. So, I don't need you to give me a job, thank you. I've got enough jobs of my own.
This is not working. I need you to do me a favour. Go into Taylor. In the food cupboard, there's a plug. In fact, it might be in one of those bags.
And I've got a pile of ironing to do as well. Got these new t-shirts from New Key. Nick went and washed them. Actually, they don't look too bad now. Nick went and put some shorts in with a bit of tissue paper in the pocket, and it all came out all over as new t-shirts. Well, you can see there. So I'm going to have to get all them off and sort all that out. Nick never checks his pockets when he's putting wash on. Nick usually puts it on, I take it out, get it all sorted. But he never checks his pockets. The amount of times we've had shit all over as things. But that's warm today. So sort this out. This is another load to add to the pining aisle. Pining aisle? The ironing pile. So I might get some done today once I've done a couple of edits. Something's gone wrong in the van. Look at the little geese over there with the little chicks. Can you see them? The parents always keep an eye on you when you're walking around when they have chicks. Bless them. It's just a shame they grow up and crap all over the place. But they are cute when they're young. Right, let's go see what's gone wrong. What's gone wrong? What's gone wrong? Have you managed to sort? Kind of.
So on the hydraulic thing that I got from Amazon.
Let me take my shoes off. Hang on, let me come over.
The bit on the 16mm one has broken off and it's stuck inside, which means I can't change it from anything other than 16. So all future crimps now have to be 16 because I can't get the post out. So I've put a 16 and a 4 because this cable, the earth cable, is less than 16. So I've put 16 and a 4, and I've basically put 2 lots of wire in and crushed it. So it's like that, and that holds. So a little bit later today, once I've done some editing and stuff, I'm going to crack on with looking for bedding for in here. It's got to match this because these are the cushions that came with Elvis. And we like them. Yeah, they smell nice, and we do actually quite like this colour, blue. We don't really have any sort of blue colours anywhere in the lodge or apartment or anything like that, so we thought we'd go with this blue and grey colour. It's kind of, I know blue can be a bit cold, but we'll just, it's only a splash, though. Yeah, it's just a splash. So we quite like these. So I'm trying to find some more of these because they do come in, like, you know, the bed ones that you put on a bed, that the long ones. I've seen them in other Elldis motorhomes, but I can't find them. Maybe we'll have to contact Elldis or go to a motorhome place, have a look around and just put some in a bag. Obviously we wouldn't do that really, but that would be an easy option. So we need bedding to go with those. So some really nice sort of quality bedding. Although we might go looking tomorrow because I like to touch it and feel it as well. Right now we're going to jump in.
And then I need to start looking at a TV to see what size TV we're going to put there. I think what I'm going to do is, I've got some card in the back of the car. I'm going to cut a 32-inch out first, which is the size of the TV that we've got in Taylor, which we do like, and it is a big size for a caravan, for a motorhome, to be fair. But I'm going to cut, in a while, I'll go and cut around the TV in Taylor and see what it would look like there. I think it's going to be too big, to be fair. What job?
I need you to find me a washer that tiny screw doesn't go through the centre of.
So it's got to just...
Don't frigging lose that, for God's sake.
Give me, There's a washer on it, hasn't it?
No, that's a locking, it's a spring washer. I need a washer that I can, that's like that, look.
Yeah. I know what a washer is, thanks. I'll go find one.
No, wait a minute. As big as that, but with a small hole. Let me know when you've done.
Right, try them. I think they work.
All of them?
I think so, yeah. I don't know how many you needed.
Just one.
Oh.
That'll do.
Right, pass them back, I'll put them back.
Wait a minute, it's got to not go through there. There we go. That's perfect. Right, so I need to strap that back onto the solar.
Aw, cute. Hello. Don't be pooping on my grass. New delivery.
Final piece. Well, apart from the consumer box, this is the last of the 12-volt system. It's just arrived. And it should be... I ordered this in bed last night.
You only ordered that last night in bed, about 11 o'clock.
should be a little switch so we can isolate the batteries.
That's the interesting conversation we have in bed at night at 11 o'clock on Amazon looking for van bits.
There we go. So I just need to get that installed.
Oh.
That's going to be a problem.
Why?
If the lugs are too big.
I'm auto-empty dishwasher while you figure it out.
Go on then.
Right, well, we're going to throw this card away the other day, and then I said, let's keep it, and I can cut out a shape of the TV, and then see what size TV we need in Elvis. Right, I've cut it down a bit already, so... there. So Nick really wants to keep a 32-inch, which I don't mind, but... It's just a funny, motorhomes aren't really made for big TVs. Obviously when we were building this ourselves, we had that big wall, and we said we'll keep that for a big TV. Although I was still a bit surprised when Nick said we're going to have a 32-inch, and to be fair, it's been absolutely fine, it's been perfect there, and it's been nice to watch TV on it. But motorhomes just don't prioritise a big TV, which is fair enough. Even though it's a bigger space than Taylor, we don't really have that much room for it. And cut it a bit short there. I mean, we can just take the TV over and try it, but it's just easy to do this than take it down off the bracket and stuff. Right, so I'm thinking maybe 24-inch, but we'll see. Right, a rare moment in Elvis on my own. Nick's just dealing with the guys for the squeak. So there's the bracket for the TV, and I'll be able to do it better when Nick's here. But so if you have that there, it looks all right. Kind of, but so if you put it on this side, you'll see you'll have that sticking over all the time, and there's nowhere else. Nick also said, why don't we just get one on a stand that we put out when we watch it, but we're like, no, don't like that. Putting it out on out there, don't like that at all. So you can see that is what it'll be stuck out on the other side. I'll wait until it comes in, then we can have a proper look. But I'm thinking smaller, definitely. He's fixed it already. Only took him 5 minutes.
It's just a piece of plywood between the metal and the wooden frame of the lodge. You test it. The only creak now is just the laminate creak.
The normal creaking. Oh. Yes, absolutely perfect. I can't believe he's just done it like that.
I could have gone under and done it myself. Oh, I don't think
no.
Panic. Talking about panicking, I'll tell you about a dream in a bit.
Perfect.
Well, last night I dreamt that I was underground in a cave. It was about that high, and there was an exit there and an exit there, and little Lisa came running in, and I'm like, you block it exits, and I woke up in a panic. Can you remember when I woke up?
I think so, because didn't you say...
You nudged me.
Didn't you say, can I tell you about my dream?
And you went, no, I'm going to sleep.
Well, yeah, it was middle of night. So we're just trying what now?
All the sockets before I tamper with them and move them across onto the inverter system.
There's no sockets whatsoever over that end, which is a bit of a pain. Obviously, when I'm going to be editing over here, I'll have to run it from that one there.
One there. So how many like plugs have we got now?
2 there.
Well, let's count as 1.
Oh, right,
so
okay.
1, 2, 3.
What about
one
the ones
outside? 4.
up there?
Oh yeah. 4, 5. So 5 external sockets, yeah?
Yeah.
Right.
And a 32-inch TV cut out.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
It would stick out that much.
Yeah.
I don't think I could live with that.
Hey, well, if you don't want it out sticking out, it's going to be a tiny TV.
Turn it, tilt it, so it rotates like that when it's stowed. Like, you know, like a rotator. And then when you're using it, get it out. Swing it out. Only problem is, when you hold on. There's a pin on this, which is a bit of a pain in the ass. Because you're never going to be able to get this pin. So if you had a 32-inch TV there,
and you wanted to like watch it in the living room,
it's not going to be as far as that.
Let me just have to sit down on this one.
Well, that's pretty all right.
I could watch it here easily. Let me have a sit down on this one. The things you've got to sort out in a motorhome. Yeah, I could watch it.
And then to watch it in bed, you'd literally just...
It is a tad big though.
Big is better. I've been telling that for years. Be in bed, you'd watch it like that. And then when you're not using it, you just rotate it.
Yeah, but does that rotate?
Well, probably not. It's hard because it's bed.
No, well, can you put the bed down a minute?
No, it won't rotate. Unless we move it further down.
We'll sort that out later anyway. Let's get on with the electrics.
Like...
Well, just a little 15-inch monitor will be fine.
Well, I just got a computer monitor.
There you go then.
Don't need an aerial then.
We'll sort that out later.
Right, loads more parcels got delivered. Lee went and got the switch, and another 4's been delivered since. One more is still due today. It was in Leeds this morning, and it's due for delivery today, and that will then complete everything that I need for inside the van. I'm about 90% there at the minute, and I've started unpatching the internal sockets to put it onto the inverter's output, but all the wires are all moulded on like a pin, and it will not fit into a Wago, so I'm having to go to Boys and pick up one of those old-fashioned connector blocks. And then when we've got that, we're going to head back to the lodge and unpack everything that's turned up and get it finally all finished today, fingers crossed.
Then what we're going to do?
Go in it.
We'll have to just start all the internals, and we've got to start transferring everything from the drawers over.
Yeah.
I've noticed, I was watching a vlog with somebody with an Elvis motorhome, and they'd put soft close hinges or something on all their drawers.
I have thought about that. The problem is getting them to line up.
Well, somebody did it, and then they were showing you, like, they were just pushing, and they were like, shh.
Well, the problem with them is when they're on old-fashioned runners, and they move up and down on the runners when you're driving. So when it were doing that the other day, I did think either I'll put felt on the runner to soften it like a cushion, or I'll swap the runners. So if you can find that post and maybe get the link of what they did, do you know what I mean?
I think it were an Instagram post. I'll have to have a look.
You need to find that.
Yeah. Is that what you need?
That's the one.
Nice and simple. I'm just doing some more editing. Now we're back, and Nick's out in the van, and I didn't even realise. I just went to open the window because it's really hot in here. What is it in here today? 25 degrees. Open a window, and I wanted to have a look and just open a window. Didn't realise there's like loads of geese outside with all the babies, and they all like, woo! They wondered what happening there. Let me see if I can show you if they're still there. Oh yeah, look. You can look at the geese. The parents are so attentive, like they can see me even though I'm inside. Oh, they're always looking out for their babies. Watch this if I open this window. Look, you can see already like what's happening. Hello. Oh, look at them running off. Cute things. Right, what's happening out in Elvis?
Time for testing. Time for testing.
Testing what?
Right, so I've now moved all the internal sockets off the van's circuit board and put them onto the inverter.
Yeah.
So
it's like a mirror, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
As well. Like,
I haven't tested it yet.
If you want to be rare, right? So we're testing.
So there's no mains hookup, so those sockets would never work on a normal camper van. So when I turn the inverter on, it should take power from here, put it into the inverter, from the EcoWorthies into the Renology, send 240 volts. There's a temporary connection down there. I'm going to put a circuit board on.
So this is a test for when we're off grid.
Yes. So we're off grid now.
Pretend we're off grid, which we are.
So there's no way of having sockets.
Yeah.
So boot the inverter up.
Which does that every time you boot it up, but that's normal. Going to be a bit loud that on a night.
There we go.
And
I just heard things come on. The microwave's on.
Yeah.
Try the lamp.
Hang on. Is it actually? Is it on over here? Oh, need to plug it in. Yep.
So there we are.
So
240 volts. So we're running all the internal sockets now off the inverter.
So you might think this new inverter is quite noisy, but it just does that when it starts up. It's designed to do that.
Well,
just to
also
kick
when
in.
it's a big load as well.
Yeah.
We're obviously going to have a mattress blocking it.
But it
now
goes
what
off
we need
then.
to do is put the air conditioning on and see what draw it is from the battery, and that will tell us how long we have off-grid with the aircon.
I keep forgetting we've got aircon. What?
Right, let me just go into the...
Do I need to get the remote control out then?
Yeah. So you can
Oh,
turn
we
on-
definitely need those soft closes on these drawers.
Right, so wait a minute, let me just get out. That'll shut down in a minute.
And for anybody that's not seen, we did get aircon fitted. It was a skylight there, but we asked them to put an aircon in, and it's got...
Don't turn it on.
I want to put the lights on.
Oh, go on then.
It's got lights. All this is for lights. So if I haven't even tried it yet. All you can see, that's just powered down, and then
It's just a fan.
Yeah,
it's
the
just a
fans,
startup
yeah.
sequence.
How do you put the light on? Just to press on.
Push the light button.
Oh, which is? I thought that. Oh yeah, okay, I can see it. So you've got a
so that's
little bit of
working.
mood lighting on at night.
Right.
So I'll turn that off.
So currently the inverter is drawing 28 watts, which means it will run on the batteries for 10 days without any charge whatsoever, but the solar is also putting it back in at the same rate.
If you're new around here and haven't seen our van trip vlogs from last year, when we went to... Is that the aircon?
Yep.
That's not too bad. When we went to Rome and it was like 40 odd degrees, I almost passed out. So I insisted when we upgraded the van, we were going to get aircon.
That's drawing no power.
Is that possible?
35 watts.
Is that possible? Yeah, but is it actually blowing out, or is it just on fan mode?
Well, let me just turn it down.
Because you can just have it on fan mode as well as aircon.
Frost setting. Fan increase.
I always thought, like, I'll just talk while Nick's playing about with this. Like, when we're in Taylor, and we've been away in Taylor, and there's obviously, what,
Comes on 4 days.
4 days on with aircon on?
I can't tell whether it's icy.
Oh, let me have a look. I'll come back to what I was saying later.
I mean, obviously it's going to take a bit for the refrigeration to start.
That's... Oh, no, that's just kicked in.
It's just kicked in.
Ooh.
750, 800 watts, 812 watts. Now that's going to make that kick in.
It'll be like a friggin' power station.
However, if we've got a full battery charge
Oh, I can feel that cold already.
at 16 amps, at 16 degrees Celsius, which you wouldn't have it on, it will last for 12 hours on battery.
Well, that's not too bad, because if you're
Running aircon on battery
Yeah.
for 12 hours.
that's not bad, I don't think.
Now you wouldn't have it on the
No.
icy cold setting, so you'd have it on.
And you wouldn't have it on for 12 hours, so you just use it to like cool it down a little bit. Oh, it's cold.
Now at the
I can feel
minute, solar is still pumping energy back in at the same rate, so let's see what that's pumping in. The batteries are so full, the solar's saying, I don't need to charge it. They're still in float.
because it's been a great sunny day today, so...
These batteries are freaking brilliant.
Successful test by the sounds of it, and it's getting really cold in here now
Let me shut the door.
without aircon.
Oh, it's freaking freezing.
What I was
Look at
saying...
the window from all the pine pollen out there.
Yeah. Before is when we were in Taylor, I know there's a lot of people who do van life full time, like live in vans, and I love Taylor. We loved it to bits, but I don't think I could probably have lived in Taylor. But this,
We're going to live in it.
we're selling up and we're living in it. We're living in Elvis. No, I was just looking around. I mean, we haven't even done a single night in it yet, but I could almost see that I could probably live in this full time, like tiny homes. I love
cold here.
It is nice and cold, isn't it? I love watching tiny homes on Tubi, the American Tubi, and I just love watching people like downsize to like really tiny homes. I find it fascinating where they're going to put things and where they're going to store things, and it makes you realise that we don't need these massive, huge houses that everybody has. I mean, if you want them, that's fine, it's great. But I just love seeing how people downsize, and then some of them downsize that much. It's like, what the frig? No, but yeah, I could probably live in Elvis.
Right, I finished rabbiting. I've got the aircon on and the air fryer running off the inverter
Oh,
only,
be careful you don't blow things.
but the solar's only giving 50. We must be in the shade here.
Yeah, we might be by now.
Because the
to be
solar's
honest,
only
yeah.
giving out 51 watts.
There's a lot of trees around at the minute, so yeah, we might be.
That's concerning. Well, no, everything's in the sun.
I've just had a coffee, by the way.
Then don't have any more, please. So
Might be why I'm rabbiting on a bit.
that's a bit concerning that it's only drawing that. Wait a minute. So the batteries, the aircon and that combined is freezing in here now.
It's cold, lovely.
2,500 watts. That's still 1,000 watts less than the Breville. And we could run for 1 hour with that and that on before the batteries went flat.
Wow, that's amazing.
And they're at 99%. Right, so the next test is we need to turn on shore power. So it should automatically switch from batteries to mains. So I don't know whether things will flicker or whether it'll just be seamless. It's like a 30 millisecond cut-off time. So I'm off to plug it in. So that figure there, that says 707, should drop down to nothing when I plug this in. So keep that active and I'll go and do it.
Right, okay, so 715 power. So that aircon is well nice. That is going to be so nice in Europe.
Right, it's in.
But it still says 718. Have you switched over yet?
Right, switched over now.
Oh, it's just dropped down to 42, 54.
Right, so that's seamless cut over.
I was just going to say there was no flickering, was there, that I noticed? I love these lights as well that they've got, like the mood lights.
The charger in the Renalogy is now charging the batteries at the same time as running the aircon from the mains. Right, so the next thing I've got to do is install this now. And we need to change the breaker because it needs to be a 16 amp breaker and that's a 10. So
don't throw this away, by the way, that's his TV.
So that will protect the sockets from overload. At the minute they're just connected with a coupler, so that's going to be installed. It's freezing! That's going to be installed on the back of that there.
Right, okay.
Right, consumer box in, so the sockets run off that, it's trip switched. The mains from this now go into the inverter, then back out through that, and then back into the sockets. The next thing, and the last thing to do, is to disconnect the AGM battery in there, and connect it to these leads here. And that then transfers everything across to the new system.
Okay.
So,
and then we can take the battery out there, and that gives us a little storage space there
for the hookup cable. So I'm going to tuck that to one side for now. Now the problem I've got, look, is is my torch down there?
Yep.
Problem I've got to undo that nut there, and I don't know how the hell I'm going to do it. So I'm going to just squirt a bit of silicone on it, just to loosen it, and then Lee's going to go to the other side and hold it with the pliers because it turns in the socket, and I'm going to try and loosen it.
Okay.
Did the nut come off?
No. Oh yeah.
Right, okay, that's good. Right, I've disconnected the battery outside, pulled the lead back in, and connected it up to this battery in here. Now then, before we get it working, there's a little 25 amp fuse, which I've now completely lost.
I bet you're going to miss being under bed, aren't you?
My back has been brought putting that box on. We put this 25 amp fuse in, which basically allows us to, hold on, isolate. It's not working. Shine torch here for me. There we go. And then, ready? I'll try the power.
What, like the lights or
The
something?
lights, yeah, just the on button. So we're running now completely off them.
I must say, I'm impressed with your knowledge.
Now then,
I just kind of watch it all come together and video it. What problem?
I found a problem. If I isolate that and isolate that, it puts the van purely on solar. So if I turn this off, look.
But yeah, flickering.
Because it's not a regulated signal from the solar panel. So I'm trying to struggle why I put that in. Because I need another one of them to isolate the solar. But as long as that's open, it's connected to the batteries anyway.
I'll let you sit there and ponder that. Right, so the bed's back down, and the next job is we've got these lights at both sides of the bed for bedside lamps, which are great, but in this day and age, they don't have any USB sockets on them, which is no good for like charging things when we're in bed. So we ordered on Amazon these, which look almost identical to the ones that are in the roof already, but they have USB sockets. Ooh, what?
Alright.
You know what I'm thinking? Actually, we should have probably got ones with USB-C chargers.
They are fast chargers.
That's fine.
18 watt.
So
Can you pass me a Stumpy?
they are very similar to what's in there already. So we just can't believe that Stumpy. Oh, in 2025 you can buy a motorhome and it have no USB sockets anywhere.
Well, yeah, but it's not a 2025.
Well, no, even it's a 2024 model, but there's no USB sockets. There's not a single USB socket in this whole motorhome, apart from at the front in the cab.
Want to bet? Because I'm about to change that.
I mean, if these are good, we could possibly change a couple over here as well. So maybe one on that side, one on that side. Then when we're just sat, if we need to charge us phones or anything like that.
Remember, colour is positive.
Colour is positive. So, yeah, so much on the floor. I'm standing everything. How do you put these? Oh, there's a button there to put them on.
You know what we're going to need now? And they're not here. They're at the apartment.
Oh no! What? Wire cutters?
No. Them things to crimp onto wires. I think they're at the apartment. Do it again.
Welcome to the next day.
We're just inspecting the floor, make sure it's not creaking. The laminate always creak like just...
It's always creaks like that.
Yeah, it does creak, but we're just paranoid. We're that used to listening to the creak now that... there we go. So,
welcome to the next day.
We have loads of things to do today. First thing we have to do is to test Starlink on the van. We have to check that the solar is now fully glued because it's been there for a couple of days. And I've been in the van this morning and I've moved some things around because I wasn't happy with the fact that the solar was directly connected to the van's internal systems, and even when the power was off, it was making the lights flicker. So I've moved the relay switch, a dead cut switch. So that's done, and we're going to go to Wickes and get some wood. If the one that I've got in the shed isn't big enough to cover the battery board, because we want to use that for storage if we can. So, and we've got loads of other stuff: cushions, bedding. Lamps are turning up. A Starlink Ethernet cable's turning up.
Because those lamps, which we showed you in the early in this vlog, we put them on and they were like almost orange.
They were yellow orange. They were awful. So I've ordered some cool white ones, which look pretty much the same, apart from the little bit trumpet ended. They're due today, so we'll have a look at them, and then we've got to take those others back to Amazon as well, to the Amazon locker to take them back. So,
so first job,
Starlink.
Test Starlink.
So here it is,
Starlink Mini. Is this just like the new Starlink now? Because it doesn't actually say Starlink Mini on it. Does it just like the?
Does it not?
Is this the latest? Just the?
No, there's a Gen 3, but this is Starlink Mini. Tiniest little thing ever. We actually tested it last night.
Yeah.
We activated it because we're still on our billing date. It's always the same date, no matter how many Starlinks you have. So it let me pay for a pro rata subscription. I think it was 16 quid for 5 days. And then it's suspended again, which is enough time to get it on the roof and test it. And I've got a stand coming from Etsy, so the whole thing drops inside a stand, and then we'll glue the stand to the roof. We've got an issue where's it gone?
What is it you're looking for?
The gland.
Oh, the gland. Last time I saw it, it was there on that table.
I know, but you've been around since.
Yeah, it's there, it's there, it's there.
So we've got one of these on the roof, and there's 2 solar cables coming in. Now, there's a hole underneath, obviously, that the dealership put on, and I don't want to drill another hole to put another one at the side of it. So I'm hoping, I've ordered another one from Amazon, a bigger one. I'm hoping to take these off, drill some holes in the side, and put the glands on the gland tails on the side, so we have 4, and then I don't have to drill another hole, and it's just a case of taking the old one off, putting that in, and getting it all wired up, and then sticking it down. So that's something that will be done probably next week now.
So the job now is...
So this thing runs off DC power, whereas the other one ran off a router. So it comes with an adapter, which is actually 30 volts. So you can get like little converters. It'll actually run between 12 and 48 volt. So I've got a spare upstepper that we got when we built Taylor. So I might use that and wire it into the new 12 volt fuse box, but we have to get this cable, which is a normal DC power cable, through the roof, and then that cabled into the DC stepper, which I'm going to put in. But first thing we need to do before we do any of that is get it on the roof and make sure that it can pick up the satellites and that we've got a signal.
And can I just ask, what's happened to the sun?
Don't worry, it's coming back at 1 o'clock.
It's gone. It doesn't look very nice out there. So
Right, let's go.
let's start the day. Good morning, Elvis.
Good morning.
Good morning, Elvis.
Are you
Good
taking me on
morning.
a trip?
Not for a week or so. Got lots more things to do first.
Got a massive list. We thought we'd finished yesterday with the electrics.
So the bedding we want to sort of match to this, sort of grey with a blue runner maybe. That's to sort out as well. Maybe we'll get a chance today, I don't know, to go look.
12 volt system on. This is a pain in the ass every time we want to turn the inverter on.
Well, we might have to,
Push this little remote control here.
we might end up putting that in here at some point.
I can put it there,
Yeah.
on and off, Starlink on and off, and it'll be completely discreet. Do you know what I mean?
I
However,
must,
it needs to be a bit higher because...
I must say, Victron didn't do all that kind of noises, did it?
I know, but
In Taylor.
it were £1,000 cheaper, so... Yeah. That's why we work for Rhenology.
But at least you know it's on this time, do you know what I mean? Whereas Victron, you
Yeah, but
have to
it'll go
listen.
quiet, and it will only make that noise when you like put the air fryer on or when you run the air conditioning. Something that's going to make a lot of draw.
Right, what's next?
To be fair, the Victron used to buzz. It used to go boom. Right, so the first thing I need to do is get this Starlink on the roof and turn it on.
Working Starlink Mini.
156 meg down. We're just contemplating, and 11 meg up. Oh, that's gone down. We're just contemplating whether we add a router to the system or not. But the Starlink Mini has a router built in, but it's only 2.4 gig Wi-Fi. So
I think it'll be fine.
I don't know.
Next job.
Right, we don't have to go to Wix, although I do need a whole source set. So
We might have
potentially we don't. Anyway. So I'm going to now build a wooden shelf that sits over the batteries and uses the legs to fasten to the struts at the bottom. So I'm going to send Lee in to get me a list of everything I want. So this piece of wood will work fine. I just need to create the exact dimensions and then get it on the jigsaw and cut it out and then build some legs for it at different heights, because obviously this height here is different to the heights at the back.
A couple of legs for the stand, the cover.
Bloody moved.
Oh, it's cold out here today.
Don't worry, the sun will be coming out.
I hope so. I've got used to this sun now in the UK. I want it to last.
Right, plenty of clearance there. Nice bit of storage now. Keeps the batteries boxed in, keeps the terminals away from anything. Now, I've just got to decide whether we put a wedge in there.
Right, so this Elldis 155 comes with what?
They made the covers on the beds in the lodge.
Leisure furnishings.
Yeah.
Well, I need to find these some more of those pillows and all. So this, yeah, as I was saying, this motorhome comes with, this can turn into a double bed if you've got 4 people. Obviously it's just us 2. So, and it also comes with 2 extra belted seats under there with seat belts, so that when you're travelling places, this is what you do.
Well, if I can figure that out.
Must
There is a... Oh, wait a minute.
So this goes down, so it's completely flat against the wall.
What about?
As you can see, we've not done it yet. We've not done it yet. And then this comes up into a full proper seat with a seat belt on it and everything.
Which we're not going to use.
No, so if you've got kids and stuff, it's great. So you can have 4 people going around. But these weigh about, what, 30 kilograms, is it?
Yeah, but we need the space because we need to get.
But this is going to be all, yeah, we've got Maggie Mateo in here and stuff. So a lot of people who buy these vans just remove the seats and then keep them in storage, which is what we're planning on doing. So that we'll have tons of storage under there then. So we need to figure out how to get this seat out. Right, so it's just a case of getting under the van and taking these 4 bolts out, which Nick's just done. That should now just move.
And that should.
Got state of your hands.
What, cuts?
Yeah, all cuts and bruises.
Right. And this should now just lift out.
But it's heavy. Everybody says it's really heavy. About 30 kilograms, people say.
No, it's not that. Ooh.
Right, so that gives us all this storage space under there now. So Magic Mateo can fit under there.
Same at other side now.
Yep. If you are new around here and haven't a clue who Magic Mateo is, it's our scooters that we take to Europe.
And we've just bought a camper van and we're taking it to bits.
Yes. And it's the same for the other side as well, so we're getting rid of that one too. Getting proper serious now with surgeon's gloves on.
It's not just that, I don't want blood on everything because my hands are cut to bits and I'm bleeding everywhere. Right.
You've already got it on floor. I don't even know what I thought it was. Right, let me get outside and help you with this. Right, the van's back together again. And good news is, all the carpet, obviously we're not using the carpet until we're out and about, is now underneath one of those.
There's the extra storage.
Extra storage, yes.
So Magic Mateo will live on that side. I'll have all this side for my tools. Because they've got to go somewhere.
I need extra room for my clothes.
You can have an extra cupboard. 4 cupboards this time. 2 each.
Yeah, so we've just had a delivery
And these
of
2 each as well.
the lights, the new lights for up there, which hopefully will be good this time. So we're going to go and collect them. Right, the new lamps are here.
They look the same as the other ones. They're just a bit fatter.
Yeah. And they've got the USB port in. So should we go see what they look like?
Yeah, it's got the screws. Right, let's go and fit them.
So if you didn't see the last vlog, the only reason why we're changing these ones is because there's no USB slots in it. I was saying this is a 2024 Elddis and there's not one single USB slot in the whole van, apart from at the front in the cab where you usually have them. Hang on a minute.
What are you doing? How do you turn it on? There's no on button.
Is it?
There's no friggin' on button.
Is this the box?
Yeah.
Must be some kind of motion sensor or something. Let me look on the Amazon listing. Right, fitted, and we figured it out. They're all touch controlled. And they've got 3 different, so we've got cool white.
3 colours, and you can dim all 3 colours and the USB, but it's not fast charge.
Ooh.
You didn't look at that, did you? You just looked to see if it had USB.
To be fair, we don't really need fast charge over here, because we'll put them, how long is it going to...
64%, and it's going to take an hour to charge it. So on a night, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Because the ones in Taylor, they're slow charging all, and they charge fine.
Yeah, so we just charge as phones overnight. So
there we go. And I've also tightened the catches, so no movement now.
So let me show they go cool white,
So
but they also go warm white as well.
This one. That's kind of like a blue. Then there's
like a reading
a
light.
yellow, and then there's that. Although the first and the last look the same to me.
Yeah. There must be some way to turn them on and off.
Yeah, you can push it 3 times.
Right, okay. Right, next job, we are just trying the bedding. Now in Taylor we had a king size, which I'm kind of regretting now.
You need to go down to a double.
Oh my goodness, a double bed. We haven't slept in a double bed for years.
We need to get in. We need to get in it and see how much bagginess at the side it is. You gonna join me?
Yeah. How snug is it?
Well, it's reasonably snug. Well, you've got hot blankets.
Well,
because I've only got, like, too much. How much have you got? Well, look how much of that. I don't need all that much.
Hang on. Not that much.
Right, you pull across what you need.
Oh, about that much.
Right, get yourself sorted. Get comfy. Right, hold that. Now while I get comfy. Well, I've clearly got far too much.
So we need a smaller duvet.
We need a double mattress protector and a double duvet. God, I'm absolutely knackered. I've been at it since like 7 this morning. So we've tested Starlink. We've tested Starlink on an Ethernet cable using an external router. All works fine. Just need the Etsy dish now to turn up, the mount.
You just shove them in the back bedroom, will you? The Etsy mount to turn up, and then we've got and then I've got another gland turning up tomorrow, wherever it's gone. And then we've just tested. We took the seats out. They're now stored under one of the single beds in the back bedroom. They fit perfect, actually. What else have we done? We fitted the lights. They fit. They work. We've tested what we can. We've now got bags more storage under the seats. I've still got to transfer everything from Taylor into Elvis, like my tools and things like that, and we've got to get the furniture moved in, and we've put the box over the battery so there's more storage there. I need to get some straps so we can strap the batteries down, and probably have straps for fastening furniture down and things like that, actually. What else?
I don't know, but now, obviously, we've just realised the bedding is too big.
Doesn't fit.
I hope we don't regret this downsizing.
I'm going to say it's... I mean, to be fair, though, in Taylor, you don't tend to sleep under the cupboard anyway.
That's true, because...
And we don't struggle for space in there.
No, we'll be fine. So we're going to go out and look at some bedding. I think we're going to nip down to Next.
Going to go to Next. We were going to go to Julian Charles, but Julian Charles tend to have really fancy bedding.
And we'll see if they've got any...
and if they don't have them, we'll go to Dunelm.
Where's Dunelm?
Hull. It's not far.
Yeah, come on.
But before we do, we have to go to the bins to get rid of all this stuff here. So we've got inverter boxes, battery boxes, we've got steering locks, we've got all sorts of stuff. So
lots to do.
We're doing our bit for recycling. Right, we're on our way to Kingswood. We've decided actually we're going to go to Dunelm Mills first, aren't we?
Well, we're passing it out.
Because the duvets and the pillars and things like that are going to be cheaper at Dunelm, and we can have a look, and we're going past it, and there's a range over the road, and I need to get some tie downs, like nylon tie downs to tie the batteries down. Just although they are enclosed within a wooden frame, if you go over a big enough pothole, they'll jump out. So we just need to get some nylon straps and put them down. And then we were also thinking as well that if we're going to put things in the garage under the bed, we're going to need things to stop it from sliding around and hitting things. So we're going to get some like cargo tie downs as well. Hopefully the range sell them, and then we just need to get some clips to bolt them to the floor, and then when we put the patio furniture in, we can put the straps over the top and then just pull them down tight, and it'll keep everything secure. So we're going to put the hookup cable from Elvis, which is a thicker cable and longer, into Taylor, mainly because it won't...
roundabout at the second exit.
Thanks. Mainly because it won't fit into the electric box at the back, and we've never had any issues with length or quality of the cable, so Taylor gets a little bit of an upgrade. It can have the better quality cable, so that's got to be done. And then at some point, probably later today, we're going to start moving things across into from Taylor into Elvis and start putting things away. We've got so many ideas of what we want, like things for the fronts of shelves to stop things sliding out.
Leave at the second exit.
In the kitchen, it doesn't have any shelves in the cupboard, which I think is a bit weird. But you can buy shelf packs from Elldis, and if you know the size of the shelf, I suppose you could just put your own in anyway. But all these things we'll find out. All these things we'll find out when we're on our sort of maiden test trip,
I'm sure
just to
we'll
make sure everything works.
With lots of upgrades being done.
Well, there's nothing. There's no physicals. We're not changing anything physical this time. All we've done.
Little bits and bats.
Yeah, I mean, I like now the fact that we're fully off-grid capable, and that we can even run the air conditioning unit for 14 hours.
In a quarter mile, leave the roundabout at the third exit.
Do you really need the sat nav to know where you're going?
It's because we're going to Dunelm and not Next. I knew how to get to Next.
Well, it's right here, and then it's just down there.
Oh, that's fine then.
So, what was I saying before she interrupted me? School teacher.
Don't know. I've left cable for Android Auto at home, so we're having to use the in-car sat nav, which is always absolutely crap. Quick stop at Wickes for Nick's thing, what he wants. We need a 20mm hole saw. It looks like they've only got 22mm. Well, we came shopping for bedding, but we thought we'd have a little snack
for a
first.
cheese scone.
We've had enough to eat today. Cheese scone, I haven't had one of them in ages.
My hands are all cut to
I know.
pieces.
Right, get the milk in them. The fly on the table.
That's an ant. That's it, blow it on mine.
And what about milk for this one? Get that cheese scone cut up.
Are we doing it?
Whatever. Whatever way. I don't know for ages.
It's like
massive. It's like a mountain. Right, I found cushions I want for in Elvis. Right, mattress protector we needed, and a double duvet we needed. So that was an easy shop. I hate bedding shopping.
I hate going with you.
I'll just let you buy what you think's right.
Just
then.
went straight foot greys.
Well, yeah.
It's not a grey van.
It's well, what colour do you want?
Stone.
Well, I thought we'd got something, and Nick was like, yeah, that's nice. Then we'll go to Tails, Nick, because I'm not sure about that actually. It's like, oh, back to square one.
Yeah, but it's the fact that you got a patterned bedding and then you wanted a runner as well.
I hate bedding shopping, so we got a couple of things there, but not the main duvet cover. So we're off to next to have a look there. Right. We've made hopefully some successful purchases.
We just walked in, saw it, and said yes. So we've got a Lux bed set.
And throws.
A throw, which is going to be a runner.
cushions.
We've got a cushion as the centre, and we got that because Lee's insisting on a Nana rug for the front. Looks black there.
It's supposed to be navy. We'll see what it looks like.
Right, we're back at the lodge. We've had us dinner. We've literally left everything in the car. So before we start taking things out of packets, we're going to go and make sure that it all matches colour-wise. Like a bit like a mood board in the van. So we're going to go out and do that now. And if it all matches and we like it, we're going to get all the bedding on, iron the sheets, get it all sorted, and then it'll be another step closer to being finished and ready for a journey.
Right. Here we are in Elvis.
So
this is the cushion that came with Elvis.
So you put that one over there because it does match the navy.
So it matches everything. So this is the matching colour that we've gone for.
So we're not getting grey. I stopped Lee from going for grey. We've gone for this kind of stony beige
nice.
colour.
I like that. I really like it.
And then we've got accents of navy blue, which matches the rest of it. So this matches this quite nicely.
We got that just as for like when we want to change
just a spare
and
fitted sheet. And then we've got another fitted sheet as well.
We got that to go on the top, navy blue.
As a throw.
And then a cushion on the top, navy blue.
Right. So first thing we need to do, so we're happy, yeah?
Well, I think so, yeah.
Right, so we need to basically get the mattress protector on and get this plastic sheet off.
Get the plastic sheet off, yeah. Don't think we've got any scissors in here yet.
Actually, we might have.
No.
Maybe not.
We need a cutlery drawer, no. Might be the one from
cutlery drawer.
The one from Taylor might fit in there, actually.
Maybe. But it will rattle around.
So, hopefully this is a nice mattress that comes with Elvis.
You might have to go get scissors.
Are you sure?
It'll take me an hour.
Mattress protector.
That's the right way, innit?
I think so.
Right, let me climb on. I got one that's got an extra wrap because I didn't know how thick this was.
So obviously with the French bread, you've got to wrap, push.
French bread?
French bed. You've got to put extra underneath this side because that corner's cut off.
Yep. Right, let me get this corner on.
Perfect.
Perfect. Now you need to go and iron that.
Oh, right, okay.
What were you going to say?
I thought we'd just put it on. Yeah, and it might look all right.
No, it wants to be good for the very first time.
This is very different for us. Navy blue for the underneath. I like it.
These are just like the spare pillows that we keep under the bed. We're not going to use these in the van. These are just for now because the back bed has got no pillows at the minute and I've nicked them from under the bed. Lee's just ironing these. He said they're right shiny and silky.
Silky.
Well, it's a 400 Egyptian cotton thread count, so and at that frigging cost, it should be silky. I want it to make itself and all.
£62 for...
We would never play that on bedding normally.
No, not really, not usually.
Can I have it? Come on.
Yeah.
Done. Absolutely love it. It's a little bit awkward to make because you've got to tuck it down there and tuck it down there. And when you're making it, it's that kind of silkiness that when you kneel on it, you've got to keep brushing out the creases. So like for 10 minutes, we've been doing this, trying to get the creases out.
We'll get used to it.
But this throw is doubled up as a runner. And then we've just got the single pillar there. I mean, those pillars, like I said, they're not the proper pillars. They're not our pillars. So they're flat and like cheap ones or like an IKEA one or something like that. But I do like the colours. It definitely matches everything. And if I swing around here, it matches these. Right, we need to undo that now.
We could still maybe get something with a bit of patterning because it could go.
I don't know. Maybe not. I don't think you should steal from Paul.
Oh, no, not
Peter
stealing. No. I'll just have to find some more somewhere. Now we've got to decide about this.
Well, I think it looks blue, even though it says black and white.
We thought it was navy blue, and we were taking it all around next in different lights. We're like, yeah, it's navy blue.
I still think it's got a blue look to it.
Because it doesn't actually say. It definitely doesn't say.
But it says on the receipt black and white throw.
Yeah, it does. But
well, we've got black. We've got white.
I didn't want black. I wanted.
Yeah, but until you saw that on the receipt, which is all you'll think about.
I know, but it's going to be different patterns now as well.
No, it's not.
Well, can always open it and have a look.
It'll be fine, trust me. We need to take the plastic off these now.
Oh, not yet.
I'm not sitting on plastic sofas like I'm wetting myself and I need to have some, in case I'm going to piss on it or something.
And not until it's 100% ready to go.
It's ready internally. There's nothing else to do inside.
There's a little bit more work to do, isn't there?
Not inside, no. I love it. He's like, stop keeping saying nana rug, but that's exactly what it is.
No, it's not a nana rug at all.
It's a rug that you would probably see. Like, what? Look at what you're doing.
I don't know.
Why do you feel the need to? That looks like you're getting ready for a dog to jump on the sofa.
Well, it is you.
Well, that's your side.
There we go.
This looks a bit more fashionable now.
Nick's done it now. A little throw.
Right, I'm getting the plastic off.
Go on then.
We haven't actually seen these.
The big reveal.
There could be marks on these. We've not even looked.
Hang on. Let me put camera down.
Yeah, even though it says black and white, all I see is navy. Comment below what you see. Looks blue to me, that. And Lee's just laying on the bed, talking about where we're going to put the TV. That's the last thing we need to get sorted internally, is the TV. Now, a 32-inch is not going to fit there. Let me just give him the camera while I get the silhouette.
So, in the last vlog, I think it was in the last vlog or earlier in this vlog, I cut a silhouette of the TV that's in Taylor out, 32-inch, which is great in Taylor, but I think it's just going to be too big here.
Right, so I like this bracket, the fact that we don't have to... you need to put a string on it because it's friggin' stupid. There's like a little locking pin. So it'll be great if you had it there, like that. And it would be great if you were watching TV in there.
Kind of.
Like that. But the problem comes when you stow it away, like that, it would hang over.
But yeah, any size is going to hang over unless it's teeny tiny.
Well, that's true actually. 24 is going to hang over, isn't it? Well, how much does it hang over? A lot.
So thinking 24-inch.
It's just an... Oh, wait a minute. You see, if you could hang it there like that, it's still going to hang over. I don't know what to suggest.
Right.
Absolutely ravenous.
We've had his food. We've sorted Elvis out. I'm just pausing Star Trek, which Nick's watching, of course. Oof, what?
Smanky things that are still in the fridge.
Why don't you make us a toasted currant tea cake? Oh, there's a little bunny rabbit.
We haven't got any.
I think there is one. Look, here. Let me zoom in. We get lots of wildlife here. So we have baby geese. Shut up, you! Baby geese, and there's it's either a rabbit or a hare. It looks a bit small for a hare, actually. But when you... Oh, there it goes. Yeah, it's a rabbit, that. We do have hares here as well. So I'm going to finish the vlog because I'm just editing. I've got 3 thumbnails to do and all sorts of stuff, so I'm just going to call it a night for the vlog. And I think it's been a long one today. So, Elvis...
TV bracket before we started the TV.
We all knew Nick couldn't go smaller than 32-inch, so he's ordered a new TV bracket to see if he can fit the 32-inch in.
For 25 years I've had to do it with small. I'm having a 32-inch TV no matter what.
I think it would look ridiculous in there, but we shall see.
That's not what you said, you lying snake.
What?
I said that's not what you said, you lying snake.
To be fair, it is nice having a 32-inch TV in the van because...
You just changed it.
No, it is nice, but in Taylor it looks fine where it is. I think in Elvis it might look a bit too much, but we'll see.
No, I think what will happen, there's a gap between the wardrobe and the cupboard. And if the TV... is on a 360-degree rotation, which is what I've ordered, when it's in transit, we can just turn the TV and lock it into that gap when it's not in use.
I'll have a cup of tea too.
You can get the frig over again.
We've got... we've still got some things to do. I know a lot of people might be thinking, well, you just bought a motorhome, why are you going out in it? Because we know we like to get it perfect before we go out, as you know.
Yeah, but when we go, we'll be going for a long time.
Well, we won't, first of all, we'll be going out for a few days trials. So, what I was going to say is... tired. It's Thursday today. This weekend, might be in this vlog or the next one. Sorry, it might be the next vlog. We are heading back to the apartment.
What's that doing there?
I've no idea. We are going to be seeing the family. The girls, my mum, my dad.
Tracy, Neil and Faith.
Yes, Tracy, Neil and Faith. We should be seeing those guys this weekend also, and maybe Jamie and Stephen Lawgreen as well. So lots of things coming up this weekend. So thanks for watching today, guys. Hit the like button, click the notification bell, drop us a comment below, and there will be a van trip coming soon in Elvis. So we'll see you in the next vlog.